Hey y'all, we're back. Season 3, episode 3, Pillow Talk, Sitting in the City. It's your girl, Mrs. Jackson, only if you're nasty. And I brought some friends along to play. Of course, we got him.
What's happening? Good morning.
And someone, gargled, got that throat feeling a little better. We got Jade in the house.
Hello, hello.
Hey, Jade. How you doing?
A lot better.
Yeah.
Black seed oil, silver. Knock it right out.
Yeah. I had some jokes. You ain't listened to the last episode, but
Black seed oil and
you had
silver.
Some extracurricular activities going on. Black seed, right. Yeah, it was definitely that black seed. All right. You like brothers?
No, I kind of like the little sunflower oil, white oil.
Oh, yeah. Sunflowers are my favorite flower.
They're my favorite too.
And I'm about the swirl. If I ever swim back into that pond, it's probably gonna be about the swirl. Because my daughter, she got some decent hair, but it could have been a better texture. And some you try something new.
Oh my God.
That's what's up though. That's what's up. So I guess no, it wasn't the black seed that did it, but it was the sunflower seeds, baby. T, him, what's up?
What's going on?
What's going on with you?
Chilling. Glad to make it here.
Glad to see you here.
Shout out to everybody who's driving this morning on these slick Las Vegas roads.
It wasn't even that wet out there though.
It was wet enough for people to not know how to maneuver.
They don't know how to handle them curves.
Yeah, they don't know how to handle them curves. Y'all got to learn how to handle the curve. But no, I'm good. I'm excited. Every day is a new day, new opportunity to be great. So let's live today better than we did yesterday and kick the show off and get it rolling. What's happening? Sex in high school is what I heard we talking about today.
Y'all ain't even asked me about my shit. Damn, you rude much.
Oh, my bad. How are you, Miss
right.
Jackson?
How are you, Casey? How are you, Miss Jackson?
Just he don't even try. He talked about slippery when wet, but you just get straight to business. You ain't even tried. No foreplay. Don't even fill the sister out. Just let's get to it. I guess.
Nope.
Apparently,
it was already wet when you said Miss Jackson.
Well,
it was already wet when you said Miss Jackson.
There you have it, pillow talkers. Let's get right to it. We talk about sex in high school this morning. Sex in high school. I mean, I know you said you waited. You was like 17.
I was still in high school though.
Okay, but you were a senior.
Yeah. Yeah,
you waited till the very end.
I waited till the very end. I sure did.
How was that? Was the temptation as a male too? Like you didn't feel pressure to get it in because all the homies was.
You
doing
know
it?
what? I felt like I was doing enough finger popping and finger banging up until there. So it held me over. You know what I mean? It held me over.
Oh, but wasn't the blue ball serious or she
Nah,
was?
Because I was jerking off.
She wasn't doing it for you. You was doing it yourself.
Yeah. We had a couple times like that. But as far as just the sexual intercourse, that just wasn't. It wasn't a rush for me. Now I will tell you, once I did, then it's been pedal to the metal ever since.
So were you getting head in high school at least? No kind of. Really?
Up until I was 17, up until sexual intercourse.
Your dick was dry.
Jacking off, yeah.
Wow.
Jacking off, and like I said, I was the finger popping king. I can get that off. I can get that off
and that
anywhere,
was cool for
anytime.
You. Okay.
It was cool.
All right. I ain't mad at you. Okay.
And I was a faithful guy. I was that guy who high school sweethearts. If I was in a relationship with you, we was cool.
I could really see that. Was you corny?
Was I corny?
I see you just having this glow up.
No, because I will say I wasn't the most popular dude in school, but I hung with the cool kids.
Did
I was with the cool kids, and I was able to.
Did they really talk to you, or you?
Yeah. I wasn't it wasn't no sideline here. Everybody, and then Tavon's here too. No, it wasn't none of that. It wasn't none of that.
Because you was like the little brother.
I hung with the cool kids. I held my own, and then sometimes I went to my reserve mode and hung with the nerds.
So you was you Steve to Stefan, or Roger from Sister. How Roger had Roger glowed up though.
I wasn't Roger. Roger was corny.
When he hit IMX, them IMX days, man.
I would say No, I wouldn't say I was Steve to Stefan either, because it was two extremes. Like, I wasn't that nerd, that irritating nerd dude ever. But I hung with the cool kids. I was cool. If I had to grade myself, I was the B student. I was the B cool kid. Like, I wasn't A because I wasn't I wasn't tall. You know, I didn't have the facial hair yet.
Because you wasn't getting a coochie. You got to eat pussy to get facial hair. I'm just saying. That's why.
That I was cool with waiting on all that. I was cool with waiting on all that. You wasn't getting
no fertilizer for that facial hair. I'm just saying.
I was cool waiting on all that. I was trying to preserve as much childhood as possible because I was already in a position where I had to grow up faster than I wanted to be in the first goddamn place. Yeah. But yeah, I was cool. I was a cool kid, man. I hung with the cool kids. Respect it. I wasn't no corny dude. I wasn't no corny dude.
Okay, I believe you. I'm gonna take your word for it.
But I would have to ask. You know what? I'm gonna ask via social media later on. Like,
and we gonna share the results in the group.
People that know me. Was I what?
Maybe that's why you wasn't getting no cooter. Well, you say you was playing with it.
It wasn't that the girls thought I was corny and they wasn't giving me no cooter. Like, I wasn't pursuing motherfuckers to be hitting. Like, I really wasn't on that. And plus, I was finger popping. Like, that was cool. That was cool because I grew up with wholesome girls. Like, that wasn't really. And then the girls that was hoes, they was hoes because they had been fucking. Like,
bless your heart.
So,
but what's been fucking? Like, how young?
Oh, they was fucking. But by freshman year, they had the dope boy drug dealer. They was already fucking. Mm-hmm. So by senior year, motherfuckers was having kids already. And I'm just sitting here like, well, y'all can play.
They was having kids in the 8th grade. And where my school, bitches was in the 7th grade sucking dick in the bathroom.
Y'all have that out here in the West.
Well, it's
y'all got a lot of freedom. Y'all got a lot of freedom, and the weather permits y'all to be fucking all year long.
It just be hot.
Yeah, y'all be hot. In the Midwest, we got seasons where motherfuckers can the coochie close up because it's cold outside. Like when the
humidity and it just, but then you need to knock some of the ice off. We was talking about cobwebs last time.
Shit. Like,
I forgot we talking about the babies. Okay.
Yeah. In those times, it was time to, be a kid. But nah.
You're real quiet over here, ma'am.
I'm taking it all in.
What was you taking in high school? How about that?
I was eager, so I did mine when I was 15. It wasn't.
Thank you. Yeah. Somebody being truthful.
But it wasn't.
Like, okay, I'm not saying you weren't being truthful, but like, come on, you wasn't like super horny like when you was young, like.
I was super horny and jacking off and finger popping girls in science class was my thing.
Did you watch porn?
Yes.
Everybody watches porn.
What?
No, our last guest did not watch porn.
Well, she get it in real life, so shoot.
She's her own porn star.
She's her own porn star in real life. Yeah.
Shout out to
she
Kristen
made up
Iris,
for lost time.
Melanated Rising.
She made up for lost time, but yeah.
That's crazy. I was young as well. I thought I was in love, but everybody was doing it and I was seeing it, and it's all over the television. So I pray for our children today because like sex is really out there now. Like we used to have to look through the squiggly lines on the TV. Like, you go past
cover your eyes real quick.
Not even then, like, it was like the last channels on cable network, like you had to, and then your parents didn't have them. So, like if you did the pay-per-view and you look real hard and turned your head to the right and squinted the left eye, you could see a titty right there in between that line.
It was a lot of soft porn.
No,
this was a hardcore. This was like the Skinamax.
Shout out to the colored video cassettes. Like, that's when I discovered porn. Like, when I thought it was children's movies, but the colored VHR, the colored VHS tapes were not kid movies. They were
I used to stumble
movies.
Across the books, the little horny, little nasty, freaky books. Yeah. And I don't think it was like, not the Harlequin ones. Like these was a level above, like, one of them, the chick was fucking a pig or a dog or something. It was some weird shit.
Was this at your house?
Mm-hmm.
No, it was not. This was not my mama. This was somebody else's mama. This was not my mama. This was somebody else's mama. But when I went to this house, I knew where to find the little nasty books. They was in the bathroom, right in front of the toilet, like in the bottom drawer.
They wasn't trying to hide it.
Pulled it out. I guess when she was sitting on the toilet, she had some other shit to tend to. Like,
other shit.
Trying to see how you
other shit to tend to. Pun intended.
I think it was a dog. I take that back. But it was some weird shit. But like, it was everywhere is what I'm saying. So like, I would never think about no animals, but like, I don't know, maybe because I saw titties everywhere, that became my infatuation.
And
with
so
women,
y'all
'cause
got,
I love breastises.
So y'all had sex due to eagerness and peer pressure in high school?
I didn't say it was peer pressure. I wanted to do it. I thought I wanted to do it, but I mean, I wish I would have waited.
Why?
I feel like as I got older, that's like a prized possession. Like, and that would be so beautiful to be able to share with my spouse and give that to them, like as a gift. And we're experiencing this together and it's pure and you don't have to worry about all the extra stuff that comes with having sex before you're ready. Like in high school at that age, I wasn't mentally ready, let alone physically. Like sex has a whole different meaning, feeling, emotion behind it as I'm older, and it feels different. It's more pleasurable. In high school, I'm like, oh, this is what it was, and it was. I was doing it probably for the wrong reasons because I wasn't getting any sexual pleasure, maybe some kind of gratification, but I wouldn't say it was pleasurable. So I would have waited. Man, I don't think y'all don't even know what y'all doing. Y'all at that age, like niggas, young boys are too eager to probably just get in. They just pump happy, you know, little horny
Which
rabbit.
you should be.
I feel like it was a total different situation with me.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Thoroughly? She said yes.
It wasn't like for me, I've always been super low key in like relationships. So the way I picked my dude was he didn't go to the same school as me. He went to school in another district and I had set up the whole thing because I wanted to do it. And
Likewise.
it was very pleasurable.
Was he older?
I didn't like it.
No, he was the same age as me.
Same age.
But it was a discussion. We weren't dating or anything, but we were friends. And it was a discussion like, hey, I want to do this. And he was like, yeah, I want to do this too.
Okay.
So it was definitely like a mutual discussion.
So 15, you were a freshman, sophomore?
I have a late birthday. So I think I was going into my junior year. Yeah, I was going into my junior year.
Okay. Yeah. So you was kind of a late bloomer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't get my first. Well, everything happened at 15. I got my first kiss at 15.
Really?
Lost my virginity at 15. Smoked for the first time at 15. Everything at 15.
Yeah. So her high school journey
The
was
age of
the
exploration.
boom. Yeah. Because I think in high school, that's when the curiosity really heightens to where it's like, all right, almost adults. I can almost do some adult shit.
We was
and I'm
already
just so
doing
eager.
adult shit.
And then
I'm
when
so
you turn
eager.
We were,
knock
and
it
then
out.
it's like, I've already done that. But no, I think we did damn near everything in high school. Like I was just, Facebook has the memories. And my friend, we called ourselves the Precious Pimp Posse. This was my high school clique.
You like the word
It was
posse.
3 of us.
She does.
Hey, like I'm a
Everything
writer.
is
Like
posse,
you think
bro.
I'm a thug.
Everything
You
is
know, you
posse
think
with
posse,
Miss
you think
Jackson.
gangsters. Like yes, like we bonded. Like we used to do some gangsta act shit though. We was bad. We was bad as fuck. Like, and I grew up in a strict household, so I couldn't do half the shit until like my senior year because like I left. I moved out. I was 18, still in high school, and I'm like, can't do this shit. I'm grown. I'm grown.
I've been fucking. I'm out here with my posse. I'm grown. We making it happen.
Well, I was doing a do at that point, but I mean, I wasn't on that level yet until I moved out, and then after I moved out, then shit got reckless. Like we was partying. Like what was it? Roy? What's his name? Roy Jones. Remember when Roy Jones tried to rap? Do y'all remember when Roy Jones tried to stop being a rapper?
Yeah.
I smoke.
Oh, y'all was bumping Roy Jones
I'm a dog. I love hoes. And I'm addicted to money cards. Let's do it, big A. No.
Yeah, I remember it, but if that was the highlight jam of the party.
That was our shit. Don't we have some other ones? But listen, it's thugs. I told you. We
Straight
thugs.
thug.
Shorty want to ride with me.
But in high school, I believe that that's where most people lose their virginity and shit. I know it's the norm now.
Yeah.
And I don't believe like it's the same content.
You think they wait until high school now?
Huh?
You think they wait until high school?
I think 13 is like the age for girls now.
Listen, my daughter was in elementary school. She was in either the 4th or 5th grade, and the little girl was sending naked pictures.
Oh, yeah. Because they have
I
cell
get
phones.
that.
What you mean? I don't get that. Like, no.
You ain't got no titties yet.
I think.
What you saying?
But I'm saying in regards to our fourth grade and fifth grade experience, the way technology, I think the times have changed so drastically.
Yeah.
Like the access to it,
Yeah.
there's no way to, for me, there's no surprise if kids at that age are coming across sexual.
True.
It's
everywhere.
It's everywhere. So it's not as uncommon. Like it'll blow us away. Like I knew good and goddamn well at fourth and fifth grade, I wasn't sending dick pics or even in that realm of, but fourth, fifth grade, motherfuckers is knowing how to, they know what Pornhub is. They know they know how to maneuver and all that. But I think in regards to sex in high school these days, the content is much different. Like I don't think it's just sexual intercourse. I think motherfuckers now in high school is like, what? You not sucking dick? You not eating coochie and having sexual intercourse? Like that's their type of virgin.
Yeah. Our
Our version was, you just ain't had this dick stuck in your vagina. But now high school and today in 2018, you ain't sucked dick, took anal and ate pussy? Like, nah. That content is different. I think it's more.
You should. I wish like we had visual just so they could see my face as you saying this because I'm stuck. Like,
Well, that's how it is.
I definitely
That's how
didn't
it is
suck no
nowadays.
dick in high school because that's nasty. And eating coochie, I wouldn't even do a nap
But
then
the-
because
but
like,
that- because that wasn't the norm now.
and it's like what comes out, it's like a mentality at that age. Like you don't understand the sexual aspect of that. Like I don't get it. I don't know, but you're right. They have a lot more access to it
They have a whole lot more access to it. So
at
I
a much
think,
younger age.
I think at this day and age, the dynamic is different for high school students. And not saying that they don't have the ability to have that discipline to wait until they're ready. I just think with how much open access it is to it and the dynamic of how people portray sex now, it's more normal to just go ahead and get it out the way.
And see what it's about. So it's what did you do it for? Was it more like because you were in a relationship and that's what love was supposed to be based off of? Or
We
like,
have been kicking it for so long. We were in love and it was just like, all right, we kind of are the only couple that ain't fuck it. You know what I mean?
so it's not that y'all really wanted to. It was
No,
more
I was
to
all game. I
conform
was just
with the
waiting
norm?
on her. I was always game. Like if we could have did the first date.
You was beyond
or
the fingers at that point.
Because I was like, listen, I'm a pro at this. Like I'm a pro
Time
at
to go to the
this.
next level.
I'm a pro at this. Whenever you're ready for the green light for Russell the Love Muscle to do his thing, we are ready.
Not Russ.
So I was waiting on her. And when she was like, I think it's a go, I was like, here it is. Yeah, let's do it. And so so it was cool for me. Like,
So what about you?
now
Joe?
I will say it wasn't the best performance. Like I don't think.
Was it quick?
Yeah, hell yeah, it was
But
quick.
you was built up for this. Like you had been jerking all.
It
of
wasn't
this.
like
You already
nah,
knew
it
what
was-
to expect because
it
your fingers
wasn't-
had already got all the warmth and the gushy
No, it's
gushy and
way
all of that.
different.
It's
from
way
fingers
different.
to-
And that's what I discovered. Like, this
I
is
just
way
want
different.
to just have a penis just once to just see what that's like, because I know okay, I know what the finger feeling. Okay, I'm like, okay, but like, I don't know, because y'all have like the veins and all of that sensitivity and interesting. So
it's a different nerve down there.
I got a question, just out of curiosity. What does it feel like?
What?
When Russell the Love Muscle went in for the very first time, what was it like?
No,
what did
it was
feel
just
like?
there was first it was kind of
What went through your
tough
head?
because she
Like
wasn't,
run us through the
No, it was like I was in there. I was like, all right, am I really all the way in here? Because at first it was tough. I was like, all right, I told her, I said, I think we need to get a little bit more wet right now. I think you need to get a little bit more wet right now because I don't want
what you see?
types of bloody
Lack of
shit.
experience. You gonna
What
tell
you
her
mean?
she needs to get a little bit more wet? That's your job.
which I approached it and said, "This is what we're going to do."
Okay, my
to
bad.
get a little bit
I was
more
a little
wet.
premature.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Oh,
So
my bad.
yeah, so I did a little bit more finger action, and got it primed up. And then once I was in there, I was like, "Oh, this is a warm place." This is a warm place. And my dick was like, yeah, this is comfy, nigga. I'm excited.
It's nice in here.
It's nice in here. Like, it's really.
This is what we've been waiting for.
This is great. But he got excited. He was like, you know what? Way too much. I'm too comfortable in here.
To be in the happy, the jackrabbit. Did you jackrabbit the pussy?
Yeah. Because she was, it hurts.
Yeah, and you just get.
But I'm thinking.
See?
I'm really hurting her. Like in my mind is saying, "Hey, you're hurting her.
No, it really
this is
hurt.
Wrong." But my dick was like, "Hey, this
is right.
This is so great, bro. Like, let's experience all motherfucking rooms in this hotel."
This is stupid.
Yeah, and so when it didn't match up, my dick was like, "Something's happening," and then my mind was like, "You got to pull this thing out. We got to abort." And so yeah. And so when I aborted it, the dick exploded, and then she was like, "Oh, that's what it do." I was like, yeah.
So where did it explode exactly?
Huh?
You know, like details.
On the floor.
Yeah.
On the floor.
Oh, so you went in raw? You raw dog on the first time? See?
Dang, you didn't even get to.
See? Well. So then you just set yourself up. So you set yourself up for failure.
This was my girlfriend of years.
So they didn't teach you about safe sex in high school?
Absolutely. But this was my girlfriend
shit.
for years, and we didn't care. Like what?
So what if she would have? You just knew at that point your pullout game on your first time was that strong. Y'all ain't never heard of pre-semen?
I heard of all that.
Didn't
give a damn. You know what I'm saying? That dick didn't give a damn when we got it in.
He said Russell had a mind of his own.
But I was already on, like, the pre-cum stuff was already over with. This was nut number one. This was scrotum. This was ball number one. The pre-cum shit had already happened. By the time we got the pants off, that shit was out the way. We went in there, warm up, jump ball, first quarter. Oh. And hey, 3-round.
That sounds so magical. Ugh.
I don't know anybody who's had a superb magical.
Yours was magical.
Hers was planned.
No, it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't magical. I don't think the whole sex
hers
in the
was
movie,
just
So what made you do what made you want to do it at such a young age in high school? Why not wait?
I've always been like super experimental. Even when I was younger, like I was
sexually experimental, or
I was just reading. I read a lot. I read books. I watched TV, and I just wanted to experience it. So it wasn't like
So you read sexual books?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you was horny at a young age.
It's a Scorpio. I'm just blaming it on that.
Like how young?
I want to say around 10.
Okay.
10 is when I started like dabbling, like going internet, Mozilla, Firefox, because you can delete it.
So you was on a slow ass dial up too.
Yeah.
Wait, you kind of young, so did you still have dial up?
No, not dial up, but we only had.
She fresh out the dial up.
We only had
Juno.
We had one computer at this house at the time. We didn't have laptops yet. So my dad would be at work, my mom would be like doing her thing, and I'd be watching it up on the computer. And then this one time I forgot to delete it, and my dad was like, "What is this?" And I was just like,
"It was mom."
No, I did. I blamed it on my brother.
Oh yeah, you gotta redirect that.
5 other people I can blame it on. So my brother was the first person.
See, I'm an only child. I'd be stuck like fuck. Like, oh my gosh.
So I blame it on my brother, but I've always just wanted to just experience it. And then when I turned 15, that's when I lost it. And then I didn't have sex again until I was 17.
So why? Why the gap?
I just didn't want to.
Okay.
I was like, oh, I got it over with. I know what it feels like.
Was it what you expected it to be?
Oh, yeah.
And you didn't want to do it again? No interest in doing it again?
I'm very particular on what I like. And then I hadn't found another guy that I liked till I was 17. And then again, same situation. We became friends. I was like, oh, you're a different school district. No one knows you. No one knows me. Cool, let's do it. And
so why the separation, the distance in between the relationship? Why not somebody at the same school? Because you didn't want it to be known? Was it more to keep more private?
Because I never did the boyfriend thing.
No?
I never wanted to have like that whole girlfriend-boyfriend relationship thing.
So you didn't want him to get connected or attached.
Yeah, and then
clingy.
And see the motherfucker every day.
Yeah, you got to see him every day. And then if things go wrong, everybody's going to know your business.
Yeah.
You know, I'm very private. So.
She did it correctly. But it wasn't magical. It was just planned.
My school either, because I went to the nerd school. So first of all, like, no, 4 eyes. I'm good. Like, I'm okay. I like these. I told y'all I was a thug, so I like thug motherfuckers.
Did you really?
When I was younger, I liked white boys, but I always liked girls. I always loved me some titties. For real. Then I got older and like this girl gave me a lap dance and I discovered ass. And
I discovered ass.
It was soft.
It was over.
It was over for the males.
It was soft.
All males were excluded from this whole situation.
Girl, man, I understand thoroughly. But I don't know. Like, I don't know. That's my take on it.
What have you told high school students or junior high students on their way to high school about sex? Have any of y'all had dialogue with younger nieces, nephews?
I had talked to my daughter. You know, my daughter's in middle school, and I told her it hurts.
What?
That was the first preface I said for her. Is it hurts. It hurts a lot. Don't do it.
So you went with the
scare
straight.
But no, then I also let her know we looked at sexual STDs. So she could see what that nasty shit looks like.
Oh, you really scared her?
No, she needs to know. And they gonna tell you that they love you. And they gonna smooth talk you and tell you all of this to get in your drawers. Mm-hmm. Just be aware that it sounds good, but that's not love. Yeah. That's not love. And so, but she's my daughter. Thank God. I love her to death. She says she doesn't even want a boyfriend until her junior year. Like, she's waiting to date. Like, I don't want a boyfriend. Like, and you know, at this age, you're supposed to have little boyfriends and hold hands and all of that. Well, she's only in the 7th grade. But in 7th grade, we had boyfriends. Like I said, girls was in the 7th grade sucking dick, in the bathroom, in the middle school, getting caught. What?
Oh.
Right. What? They was having babies in the 8th grade. 8th graders was pregnant. Like,
I didn't even get my period till 8th grade. Damn.
But it's all the hormones and stuff that it's when they say it's in the meat, it's really they're injected. It's really in the meat. So we're going to go vegan so her little coochie can stay cool. You know, we gonna keep it cool. So she's
asparagus to your junior year in high school.
You know, asparagus make your pee steak too. So then maybe if she have a little poignant odor going on down there with the asparagus, that's a good idea.
That ain't stopping high school.
Cod liver oil, like.
Especially nowadays.
It don't stop grown dudes. What you mean high school? Like,
but the topic at hand is high school.
Okay, so can we talk about grown up high school just for a second? So there's a call center out here, Sitel. Y'all ever heard of Sitel? It's like politics. A lot of call centers out here are like high school, reincarnated with grown ass high schoolers.
Jobs.
Yeah.
You say all jobs are like that?
I worked at a casino. It was high school for grown
That's crazy.
Man.
That's crazy. But like they chase after the funky cat. Like I say that to say like it was this chick, she would walk by and every time she walked by, all the girls, like we knew it wasn't us. We knew it, but we would still stick our head in between our legs because it was just so strong that this gotta be coming from me. Like I need to go to the doctor. Something happened. What's really going on, you know? And the niggas was chasing after it. It was like the Pied Piper coochie. Like it was like a drawing. Like Pepe Le Pew, how he chased after that chick. She had that scent. It was like that. Like, oh my God.
There's a dude at the casino, like this, everybody knew this girl was just bad. Like people were telling him like, no, she got something, don't do it. He was still like, nah, I'm gonna do it. Boom. Now you catch something. And I'm just like, yo, literally everyone told you, do not mess with this girl.
And that happens in high school so often.
That was somebody who was he's trying to die. And
yeah. I was like, yo, I told him, I was like, you have a death wish.
Suicide.
Like you just not feeling life right now. It's all good. But no. Dudes do it nowadays too. Like
so
whoever.
is the approach still like? Do y'all still approach talking to kids about sex and definitely about high school sexual prevention, or is it more of you want them to be as educated as possible? Because I really don't know how to talk.
I think education is important.
I don't know how to talk,
but
to
we
kids.
don't want to go too much into that talk because next week we're talking about the birds and the bees. So we'll have a professional here to actually help us with how to have this conversation, because I know how I did it wasn't right.
Because I'm trying to figure out, like, how are these parents really talking to their kids about sex?
Maybe they're not.
Because, to be honest, like, I didn't have sexual conversations with my mom.
I didn't either.
My mom was just like, I just hope y'all not doing it. My dad was just like, put a sock on the pickle. My dad was just like, just condoms.
And you ain't listen to neither one of them with your hard-headed ass.
No, I did.
No, you didn't.
I held out.
Your mama said don't do it. You did it. Your daddy said wrap it up. You didn't. You hard-headed.
I think
literally.
Yeah, absolutely, pun intended. After my girlfriend, though, I did. I went the condom route. I went the condom route for a very long time.
I think that's, if you're going to do it in high school, that's key. Like, that's really important, is to practice safe sex, because they're participating in sexually risky behaviors all across the board, from multiple partners.
It doesn't feel right. I'm like, you're a girl. It has no different feeling. It's a thing going in a hole. There's no different feeling.
And I'm trying to figure out.
I don't know. It didn't feel right. Like, that's not what it was supposed to feel right. Like no.
But then they have special condoms now, to where it's like the lightest condom possible.
You talking about taking the rubber off?
Yeah. So like, for instance, there's girls.
Well, they're supposed to have real feel. Like,
girls will be like,
there.
oh, this doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like with the condom on. And I'm like, it does. You're the hole. Maybe for the man, it's different because he has a barrier.
Which is definitely
but
true.
A girl,
I don't know. I
was
can
like,
feel
it
that
feels
plastic sometimes, especially if, like,
you gotta use the right condom.
It's to a degree where it's just like, as a guy, there's a tremendous different feeling.
But they had this new school stuff.
But the condom
with
revolution
the his and hers.
that's
have
happened.
You tried it? Fire and ice.
No, first of all,
his and hers, pleasure. It's supposed to like enhance the feeling and like.
With the condom revolution, the way condoms have evolved, I never felt the need to have fire and ice during sex.
But that's the evolution of the condoms. It's supposed to make it like that more spectacular.
Listen,
can y'all just try it for me and let me know?
If you're down there, I don't give a fuck what it is. If you're down there and you feel that there's a burning sensation of any kind, unless you literally said, you know what, I want to take a blowtorch to this situation.
And this is why we need research.
We out.
We need research.
But they have the Trojan ecstasy where it's super thin condoms.
So have you tried them?
Yeah.
No, not just those, but the fire and ice.
No, I don't want nothing fire on my vagina.
Why do y'all have to think of the fire? I need to give me some BDSM freaks or something, because y'all.
I get what you're saying, and from reviews, I understand what they mean by that.
So what do the reviews say?
That there's a warm, tingling feeling, and then there's a cooling sensation when you're pulling out and when you're going in.
So when you're exploring in high school, this is more like, this should make it even more exciting to use protection.
And that's fine. I think it's geared towards the younger crowd. Like, okay, roll with that. Okay. But as an adult, if I start to feel that there's a burning that resembles fire.
Something ain't right. You go into the clinic.
Yeah.
To get checked.
We're all, abort mission and ambulance. Like right now. What?
I can't stand you.
I'm mad at that point. There's no continue on. Just nah. There's burning we're burning down here?
Yeah, because that might make them have false expectations that it's always supposed to burn, and then they just ain't having it.
But, you know, the evolution of condoms, that they got the bare skin to where it's very thin, which I tell young dudes all the time, like, hey, now understand now, if you pack and punch and your ejaculation game is strong, that shit's going to break. Like, thin doesn't mean Teflon.
You really think, I don't think, it's hard to break a condom.
No, it ain't.
No, it's not.
No, it ain't.
Maybe y'all using the wrong shit.
That's why we need research, because you just can't throw a condom on and not know.
We're gonna go live. We're gonna drop all kinds of shits in condoms to see what's gonna break it.
I tell guys who be talking about condoms, I say, listen, from experience, Trojans keep you safe. Lifestyles is gonna bring a life into the world. Durex don't do. Like, there's the different labels. If you fucking with a Durex condom, you're pretty much just saying, look,
you ready to be a father?
Yeah.
You ready for whatever life brings this way?
No, I'm on the fuck shit because I'm gonna act like the condom broke when I really knew it was going to break from the jump. So when you hit me with the I'm pregnant, I'm supposed to act shocked and appalled, but I knew.
But
going
those
in.
are the ones that they hand out when you go to the clinic.
Thank you. And why are they doing that? They're the cheapest.
Don't buy no cheap condoms.
Don't buy no cheap condoms. Go with the Trojans. Go with the ribbed and all the shit that's gonna keep that sperm inside.
So the ribbed keeps the sperm in. I thought the ribbed was for the filling.
It's for the filling, but you want to. You just
need the rest.
Condoms are dick confusers. That's what they are. They try to make the dick feel like it's doing more than what it's doing. Okay. You have to understand that when it's time to bust a nut, that sperm is coming at a rapid ass pace.
Okay, so can I ask? I have another question.
Yeah.
What does it feel like when you bust a nut in a condom and you have all that semen around your dick?
It's extra moisture. It's extra moisture. That's all it feels like.
So it's just super wet.
Yeah, it feels like, all right, now I'm really in this. Yeah, we really swimming in this thing. But you got a barricade on. So at that point, are you really having the sensation of the woman's vagina, or you got the cream filling on your dick and you now...
You make it sound so nasty.
Because it is. And I got to a point where it was just like, you know what? I'm done with the condom shit. Like, I feel if I'm giving you dick, I'm more than comfortable. I'm not giving dick to random strangers.
But would you have done that in high school? Would you have just been so free? Well, you was free, but you was only fucking one girl.
I was fucking one girl. We were together for years.
So what about your bros? What about the homies? What was their sexual behavior like in high school? Let's step away from you because you not the cookie cutter. Like no,
I had homies that was in relationships that was fucking, but I also had homies that was like, nigga, I am slinging dick to every girl who is trying to give it to me.
So how did that turn out for them? Anybody come back with anything?
Niggas came back with itching. Niggas came back with babies, pregnancy scares, and I was just like, oh, well.
So did that scare you straight? Not having
it kept me calm. Like, all right, I'm not in a rush because you come in and we have basketball practice and you can't even shoot because you standing over on the sideline scratching. Like, we playing football and you didn't threw the extra baby powder on your shit because it's itchy down there. So it's like it kept me calm. Like and I think that's what also kept me calm and because I had examples early. Like I had examples in freshman year and my homie was like, man, I just lost my virginity and Jenny saying that she's pregnant. And I was just like, oh, nigga, it ain't even second semester. You in here, we ain't even been in school 3 months and you about to be a daddy? Oh, no.
Do you feel like you guys had any kind of parental deterrents that may have made you hold off on sexual intercourse?
My mom put the emotional toll on me. Like I couldn't really see myself with that type of like bringing that type of disappointment to the house.
Yeah.
Like,
did it have anything to do with religion?
No, I would never want to disappoint my parents. Like, because that's like putting the baby. If I was pregnant, even 2 years ago, that's still like, dang, I don't have no place. Like I'm still living at home with my family. I'm still working paycheck to paycheck, trying to figure things out for myself. And then it would put a lot of pressure on my parents to help out. And I know they would help out. So for me, I was just like, I don't want to put my responsibilities on anyone else. So let me just be responsible now.
Oh,
and then also, like, I had the privilege of becoming a godfather when I was 15. So I actually took that as...
Was this a friend's child?
It was a friend of mine. His sister had kids and I was just like,
now, was she a teenage mother?
Huh?
Was she a teenage mother? Was she young or she was?
No, she was old.
She just made a 15-year-old her god. Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's really.
She was like 19, 20.
Oh, so she was pretty young.
Yeah.
So you were just that mature?
Yes, I was. I was that mature. I was working. I had a motherfucking job. Yeah, that's what I said. I had grew up fast. Like I wasn't your average 15-year-old kid that can just, go to school, play sports and come home. And be free. Like a nigga had a full-time job. I was playing sports. I was in school.
You sound like my dad.
So yeah, so I wasn't in a rush to be no damn dad. Like, I really wasn't. So when I had my guy kids, like, that was my high school, like, forever home ec class. I was on the weekends chilling with my godson and my goddaughter, and then it was like, all right, I really need to be a teenager right now. Let me go out into the world and see what's happening. But yeah, so I had enough examples put out in front of me early. Like, all right, hold off on the sex, just slinging the dick all the time. Hold off on that. And then, like I said, I had a girlfriend. We were together for years, and we did all the other shit pre-sexual intercourse. It was all right. I grab your dick, jack you off, you fix pop. We do that, and it was cool. Like, we was cool like that. So it wasn't no rush for me. But I feel like now, even with trying to talk to kids, like, first of all, I find it kind of weird sometimes when I'm in discussions about sex with kids. Like, I'm not your dad. I'm not your parents. This is kind of weird. And then if you flip the shit and be like, I'm a sexual predator, or I'm a creep star, I'm not about to talk to you about
well,
this
you
shit.
should be talking to you should be talking to the young men. I don't think they think you, well, maybe
No, but I'm saying, like, I don't know, to a degree, outside of the scare tactic, it's like, you can't sit and watch porn with them.
Why not just be honest? Why not have we're not going to get into this because there is a time to talk about it. So we're going to switch it. And I got some statistics that I got from the CDC. I want to get y'all opinions on these. Okay. So they did a survey of high school students in the U.S. 2017 survey. This is just last year. So 40% were having sexual intercourse. So that means 60% were not. You believe less than half of high school students are having sex?
I believe that.
Okay.
That's a high ass number still. 40% of high school students around the U.S. That's still a high ass number.
Yeah.
That's a high ass number.
Considering the younger exposure.
That's a high ass number.
I still think there's still the fear of doing it.
Maybe they lied. Like, you think how many kids you think actually told the truth out of fear of judgment? I wonder how anonymous these surveys were.
They got to be super anonymous. You can't fucking put
10% had 4 or more sexual partners.
Okay.
In high school?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that. I believe that.
There was a slim amount of hoish.
We knew the hoes in high school. Like, I knew them. Yeah. I knew them. And because I think what made me mad,
y'all was lying on y'all dicks in high school too.
No. We knew the female hoes in high school.
Loosey gooseys.
The only
they have a walk.
The only problem, the only problem I think the only problem that a lot of us had was they weren't giving us the pussy. Mm. But we knew who they were. Yeah. And eventually, when they came around, I was like, nope. Because I tried in high school and you told me
that
no.
Body count is way too high.
And now I know your body count has quadrupled.
She might have slowed down after a while.
No, but because she slowed down because the mileage the shit is ran down. Now you got kids. You want support. You don't want to fuck me because it's pleasurable. You think I can support you now, and I'm not doing it.
She might have been safe. She might have been safe with all of them partners and had no kids.
But I think that number's pretty accurate. 4 or more, yeah.
Okay. 7% had been physically forced to have sexual intercourse when they didn't want to. You think there's a lot of rape going on in high school?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
And I think it's because these younger girls are messing with motherfuckers that's not in high school.
That's true too.
So, and it's like, ain't no 23.
I'm not going to just put it on the girls though. A lot of these young boys don't know that no means no.
Absolutely.
Or they're not paying attention to the the signals.
Right.
That she does not want this, that she's saying no.
Right.
It's also
that this is not consensual.
I think it's also because when you're young and you put a dude in that situation to where you guys are both naked, you guys been making out for a while, and then he physically goes in there, then it's a no. But then it's
I'm not ready.
Yeah, I'm not ready. I don't want to do this anymore. But you can't, I don't think you can control a 15-year-old where it's that much. And then when
Education,
you're 15, your hormones are going and going and going.
I understand that. I do. But and that's why maybe until you're able to understand this and have that level of control.
We teach my nephew very young.
Then maybe you're ready to have sex and participate in that. But saying that you can't control yourself, I don't find that as an excuse, because if you can't control yourself, then you don't need to be doing it.
You don't have sex.
Right.
Yeah. Don't put yourself in that position. 30% had had sexual intercourse during the previous 3 months. And of these, 46% did not use a condom the last time they had sex. 14% did not use any method to prevent pregnancy. And 19% had drunk alcohol or used drugs before the last sexual intercourse.
Believe all of it.
Those are pretty accurate. I believe all of those. I think those are pretty standard numbers.
You think drugs and alcohol have a major influence on those who are having sex in high school?
Definitely.
Yes.
So how do we combat that? Because I know I'm going to be real. I was drinking in high school. I wasn't an alcoholic or anything, but you go to the house parties and stuff and there's alcohol there.
I was drunk as fuck.
You was drunk as fuck? What was you drinking? Some Cisco, Mad Dog, 2020?
From I wasn't drinking bullshit. Like I was drinking... First of all, I was drinking like Mike Hard lemonades, but I was drinking like 12 packs of them shits. Me and my
in a
brother.
day? Yeah. By yourself, or you was sharing?
No. Like
you
the
said
stuff
you was drunk as fuck.
I will. Like my senior year, I was drunk as fuck. Like, and it was Mike Hard lemonades. It was Tanqueray. It was
Tang.
It was Crown Royal.
My shit was hypnotic.
And it was hypnotic with the Hennessy, make the Incredible Hulk.
Incredible Hulk, yes. Twist
so I
put
was
us
in
on
there.
that shit.
I was into that. I was an alcoholic in high school.
Now, are you too young?
I
had to keep calling you a baby. I'm gonna let you go one day. I'm gonna say that you grown. You grown, but Incredible Hulks, is that before your time?
Before my time.
That's before.
Yeah. So what was y'all drink?
That was what, 07? No, that wasn't even.
No, because I was still in high school. I graduated in 04.
That
yeah.
Was 2020.
I didn't really drink in high school. I didn't party. I can count on one hand how many parties I went to.
Yeah?
Yeah. So I'm very sheltered.
What about the other students at the school? Were there a lot of parties, a lot of alcohol, access to alcohol, drugs?
I grew up in Whitesville.
Okay.
So alcohol.
Well, them white people do all of that shit.
Yeah.
And they had a real pills.
We had hard. We had hard drugs.
Oh, y'all had hard shit. Is what you're saying? Y'all had the real deal.
So we grew up in the drug movement. So where it was ecstasy, cocaine, and then when Molly came out, everybody was doing Molly. So I
still have not tried Molly to this day.
There's no reason to try.
What is
no
it?
Reason.
No. What is it actually? It's like ecstasy and what?
I think it's ecstasy and crack, honestly.
Is it? Okay.
So, I grew up with people like that, and everybody was fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody.
Well, X make you, they say X and Molly both make you horny, right?
It was one of those things where it's like if you weren't doing drugs or having sex,
then you weren't a cool kid?
Yeah.
You weren't invited.
And it's still like that to this day. Still like that. Because you have music and it's like, oh, I popped a pill, now I'm having sex with this girl, and it's just music.
I remember a couple
but we had that in our day, but it wasn't more discreet.
Yeah.
Like I ain't know what that stuff meant.
It's speaking in code back in the day, but now it's just like boom,
and then,
boom.
oh, that's what that meant.
No, I remember I think the roughest high school party I ever went to, and it was thrown by some white kids, and I think I didn't even participate in the party because you had to snort a line.
Man, the white kids always had the best.
And I was like, dude, what?
You had to snort a line to get in?
Yeah, they was like,
that way you ain't snitching. You did it too.
Yeah, but I was just like, no, I think I'm good on the whole, because I was just like, listen, once it go in your nose, like you just can't blow that shit back out.
That's like that's straight to the head. That's literally straight to the head.
And
that's
so,
oh my God.
Like, I knew, like, all right, these motherfuckers
crazy,
motherfucking crazy off the chain. And if that's the entry to get in, what are they doing on the inside?
Right.
And I was like, nah, I'm cool on that. And my other friends was like, man, well, we rolling with you, man. If you ain't doing it, I was like, man, I'm not doing it.
That's what's up.
Not snorting no lines to get this party. But
nah, bruh.
No, I think in today's age, that's what the drugs and alcohol is a strong influence. Just because it's like she said, you're not part of the cool gang if you're not doing this. And I know parties now, I'll be sitting, they be like, nah, are you going to the Molly party? And I'll be like, oh, no.
The ABC parties, anything but clothes. I'm like, wait, everybody going naked?
So y'all just show it up naked?
They was in high school?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's like a big orgy.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Wow.
I mean, it was like an orgy in the sense where the dudes can mess with whoever, but the girls, if you cross, say Ashley was messing with Brian. Jessica can't mess with Brian because Ashley gonna fight Jessica. It was like that. That's the type of high school I went to. I mean, we had riots type high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, white people have changed.
Man, they're crazy. Like, you can't pay me to throw nothing at a teacher. Shoot.
And I think, and even back, like when I was in high school, like sex education, it was so basic. And I think with us, it was just like, we know all this already. So, and I think back in my day, like they just took the scare approach. They just wanted to put the fear of having sex in us. And I don't necessarily think that was always the most effective way, because telling teenagers like that they should be scared of some shit or to not do some shit.
That's like, I dare you.
That's a dare. That's a dare to us. So, you know, I do know, like, when we had the STD classes and we was looking at real images of what the shit could do. I was like, oh, well, that's just nasty.
You know what fucked me up is watching that baby come out. Ugh, did you watch did they make y'all watch Childbirth?
We watched Childbirth, and I was just like,
that traumatized me.
I was just looking at all the females in the class like,
That's what y'all gotta go through.
I feel like they picked the worst video for Childbirth.
That was the point.
Like, it didn't scare me though.
It was
like,
horrible.
Oh my gosh,
no, and it wasn't.
You thought it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Ew.
I thought it was.
I like gore.
I thought it was traumatically hilarious.
I could see that from you.
I was just sitting in the class looking at the girls like, that's what's gonna happen. You keep fucking with Daryl the drug dealer.
Stupid.
I'm just trying to finger pop you. I ain't trying to get you pregnant. But you want to give me that.
Did you have a school drug dealer too?
Oh yeah. We had a school drug dealer, and I think the only reason why he did graduate is because he sold drugs to the administration. Because I was like, I've never seen you do one assignment. And
show up to class.
No, he would show up to class all the time because he was like, man, I'm about to miss out on this money. Like, Miss such and such want to dime. And I was like, what? What are you doing? So when he graduated, I was just put it to his eye. I was like, man, how did you pull this off? Like, because I had at least 6 classes with you, and I can count on one hand how many assignments that I've seen you do and turn in. And I don't have to use my whole hand. So how did you pull this off? And I just thought he graduated because he sold drugs.
What
to the
about
administration? Okay,
so you brought up a good point. I'm going to piggyback off of that. Sex with teachers. Do you think that's like, how prevalent do you think that is in high school? Do you think there are a lot of predators in the high schools who are preying on these high school students? Or do you think it's the other way around?
I think it's a lot of young teachers.
That too.
That have a desire. And I think there's a lot of kids that are built a lot bigger and a lot more mature than usual.
Man.
Still, it's wrong because as a teacher, you're picking on a child. You're picking on a child. And that's not cool. You don't have no game. But I will say this. Might sound a little fucked up, but I'm a little jealous. Because when I grew up, I didn't have not one goddamn teacher that I wanted to smash. I didn't have one teacher that I wanted. The one teacher that I did want to smash, she was a lesbian. So I was like,
I had a teacher. It was my AP Lit teacher. Super fine. He looked like a wolf. He looked like a wolf. And he used to make this dog book. Man, no.
She was like, I've seen this before. I read about this.
But now he's like, oh, it was 2 actually. Shoot. That and then the track coach. He was like this.
He's like them. You like him with that athletic build.
White, blonde dude, blue eyes, perfect. And then as soon as I graduated, he was like,
sound like Thor.
Let me know when you turn 21. I'll take you out for a drink. I never messaged him though. But
oh, he tried it.
Oh, it wasn't until I was 18 though. Yeah, I came back, or I was like 19. I came back to the school to visit, and he was like, "Tell me when you turn 21. I'll take you out for a drink."
That's crazy.
Wow, that's insane.
And then the one time, like when I was in college, I had a professor who was dope, And I shot my shot. But then I was like, we adults. Like, this is whack. Like, this is whack. It's not even like fucking my teacher. This is like fucking another adult lady. Like, I'm an adult. You an adult. You just my professor.
We all grown here?
Yeah. I wanted a high school teacher to have sex with. I wouldn't say nothing either. Like, and none of my high school teachers, I was like,
that's goals. That's like goals, huh? That's
and listen, and we used to have discussions on it like, damn, ain't no fuck. What?
We gonna have to have
no hot teachers.
The missus just gonna have to role play for you and
we ain't have no hot teachers. Like,
that's
and
hilarious.
the two hot teachers that we had, like I said, the one was a lesbian, and then the other one, she was just so gullible and like wild, because she was a white teacher,
so she probably would have been the one to do it.
But the thing about it was, it was like the teacher walking a dangerous mind. She was walking to an urban school, and it was just like, y'all overwhelming her, man. Like, quit.
But you could tell that she wanted Emilio. You could tell she was letting him sleep on the couch. All of that. I think she.
And I felt so bad. I felt so bad for that teacher, because I'm like, yeah, and you don't even know. Like, the cast that's hollering at you, these niggas have been seniors for 3 years. Like, they are 19 or 20.
So in those cases it's okay, because them grown ass niggas.
Yeah, anyway. but I was just like, I feel so bad for this lady. I feel so bad for this. But yeah, we didn't have, because not like even the cases that I've seen with the teachers sleeping with the students and some of the teachers, I'd be like, damn, she bad though. Like,
I see why they did that.
And from a student's perspective, that's goals. And then you like, this isn't a bad situation for me, okay?
Right.
Because I've got the A.
She can finance me.
I've got the A. You know what I'm saying? I've got the A. If there's one class I know I'm not failing,
you are stupid.
This one. You know what I mean? It's this one. And on top, so and those, and you relieve the pressure off me to be trying to mess with these girls that's gonna be just running game and wasting my goddamn time anyway. Like, I know some of them dudes be sitting up in the lunchroom and the girls be like, "Hey, Cream, bitch, not messing with you."
So
I got Miss Frazier for a period.
Fuck with the science or the math teacher, or maybe even the history teacher.
Like,
get the government teacher.
Quit wasting your time. Quit wasting your time chasing these girls on the cheerleading team. They not worth nothing. Y'all the same level field. You get you a teacher.
Yes,
G. And if it lucks up that's your hardest subject, that's the A. What? I was hoping my algebra and trigonometry teacher would have been fine. It would have saved me so much extra credit work to do this.
That was your extra credit. What you mean? You were still
it would have saved me so. But she was Russian and old. I was like,
extra credit.
Out of here. And she was like German. I'm like, you so whack. Oh, she had a humpback. I'm like, this ain't worth the sacrifice. Let me just go ahead and be smart then and just do my homework all the time. But yeah,
they say German old ladies got some killer cats.
No, I've never heard that ever. Where'd you hear that at?
They be the Germans.
They have like all Germans, like German sex toys
Germans is free.
The old German ladies.
They got all the, they know all the skills. Yes, she's probably the one who invented the toy. Okay. No, you ain't feeling it.
Smell like poppycock peanut brittle cakes and shit.
Bratwurst and shit.
Yeah, it smell like fucking.
Come smell this sausage.
Sauerkraut and English muffins.
Wait, I gotta stop. The dude I'm interested in is in German. So
we talking about German vagina though, so you all right. You good. You cool. Okay. You cool. So I know it's all fun. You know, we like to joke and everything, but this is really a serious matter, you know, because participate in this sexually risky behavior, they're making themselves susceptible to all kinds of STDs and, more importantly, HIV and or even unintended pregnancies, things that a lot of it you can't take back once it happens, you know? So that being said, they said that young people between the ages of 13 and 24 accounted for an estimated 21% of all new HIV diagnoses in the United States in 2016. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's nearly a quarter coming from our children. That's crazy. That's crazy. And it comes down to education. It says among those young people diagnosed with HIV, 81% were gay and bisexual males. What was it like in high school? Did y'all have a lot of gay dudes? Like then, I think it's more common now because it's more accepted in society.
More
yeah.
accepted in
but
society.
what was it like when y'all were in high school?
I had a set of, they were gay brothers, but those were like the only two like known gay dudes in their school.
Right, because everybody wasn't out.
Yeah, and then I played basketball, so of course everybody.
Yeah.
I knew a few
girls was
lesbians.
gay, yes.
I knew of a few. I'd say like about 4 or 5 that I can visually see to this day. I was like, okay.
Guys
Guys
girls?
and girls.
Well,
I
you
think it
knew
was
like
2.
the basketball team, the girls basketball team.
These
Most
girls,
of them was gay.
these girls, yeah, most of them were.
They may not have admitted it, but you could tell.
Yeah.
But
Oh no, the ones that we knew.
there were those that you knew, and then there were those that were sleeping with the ones that you knew that wouldn't openly admit it because they was afraid to tell their daddy.
It wasn't as open. It wasn't as open and wide dynamic, but it was a few, and I don't necessarily think that they weren't outcasted, but they were just known as, all right, we know you gay. Like,
Yeah, they weren't
you gay.
outcasted. We went to them for fashion advice. Like they controlled the whole fashion.
Yes.
Like it was.
You had to have you a gay best friend. You do.
Yeah, there was. I remember there was a gay dude in my school, and I was just like, yo, this motherfucker he be sharp. He be sharp.
Shoot.
This motherfucker is sharp
Attack, okay.
all the time.
Yes. Amen. Hallelujah.
But yeah, so no, I don't think it wasn't.
Were they the ones that you knew? Were they promiscuous? Were they out there? Because it's a common misconception with hetero people that if you gay, you want them.
Yeah,
that's not true.
They were just. I don't know if they were really they was just flamboyant about their shit. Okay. I don't necessarily know if they was really
spreading them seeds
like that. But I just knew like y'all just being extra flamboyant, like. Just quit walking so goddamn fast and yelling with this high pitched voice. You getting on my nerves. But that's crazy. Like that's crazy. But it's the norm. I feel like it's the norm. And now that it's more accepted, I can see where that number comes from because it's
now
open
you can be
days.
Out and live your truth without all the extra judgment. So now maybe they feel more free to be themselves, and it's causing extra risk because they're not doing that protection.
I think some people in society is learning how to utilize gays for positives, like fashion advice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
boy,
what you mean utilize? We're humans. Let me just start that. We're humans. So instead of using the word utilizing because it sounds like we're tools, how about we say accepting gay people for who they are as individuals and appreciating the gifts and contributions they add to society. I like that a little bit better.
I don't think it really
gotta come out. I gotta stand up for my gay people because that sounded really like we just tools to be used, and you can just filter these gifts. And okay, well, we can have a gay person around because he can dress, but like that's a human. Treat me as such. It don't matter. Love is love. Love is love.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't think it has to do with like gay or straight. It just has to do with just accepting people for who they are.
Yeah.
So
okay, this one's shocking. Half of the 20 million, that means that's 10 million. I know y'all can do math. 10 million new STDs reported each year were among those young people. Well, actually, 2 years older. So between young people ages 15 to 24. 10 million new STDs in a year.
2 million STDs, like new viruses or just cases?
Being diagnosed with 10 million. Like, when you get diagnosed, you have to report it. It's reported to the CDC. 10 million. Okay. That's of 20 million. Damn, we're being that unsafe in this world.
I think it has to do with unsafe and then our generation being extremely afraid of commitment.
But what about the hippies? The hippies wasn't spreading and they did not use protection. They were fucking all over the place.
Honestly, I don't think this many STDs was created back then.
Right.
So I'm a conspiracy theorist.
STDs have
I'm into the conspiracy.
These are new STDs that just boom, boom, boom. Yeah. They just created. So
that's crazy. Okay, one more. Nearly 210,000 babies were born to teenage girls. These are girls between the ages of 15 and 19 in 2016.
You get a show on it now.
We always had a show on it.
You get a show.
But now, like, the goal is to get on the show.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
You
okay,
get the
well,
show.
I'm going to be, what's the girl name? I don't even remember these girls'
And
names.
have you seen the gender reveal parties? The baby showers? It's a whole production.
All by MTV. Thank you, MTV, for glorifying this lifestyle. I'm just saying. But I mean, maybe that does not help with the sex in the high school when being a teenage mother used to be something that was looked down on. You were ashamed to be such. You know, that's not something that you want. There was a stigma. And now it's some girls' goals just to get on the show.
And with the parents helping out. Like, oh, go ahead, do it. I
So we gonna put in the casting call
go
for you, girl.
I don't know. My mom want to beat my ass.
Man.
Yeah, I was just always fearful that I wasn't going to have that type of support, though. Like, I felt like my mom and
Put
dad
you
would have
on the
been like,
street. Beat
I felt like my
the hell
mom
out
and
of
dad
me.
was going to be like, oh, okay, well, what's your plan?
You grown now.
Grown
You
now.
grown as
Right.
fuck now.
Right.
You you grown. Okay. Well, that's nuts. So yeah, it kept me off.
Yeah, that was one of the
I don't have kids
biggest
to this
reasons.
day.
Like, is because, like, no, you can't bring no baby home. I was 20 when I had my child, and I still was afraid to tell my parents, like, I'm pregnant. Like, what? Like, man.
Where your husband at? Shoot.
Right.
Man.
And you was super gay.
I'm bisexual. Lesbian.
Lesbian.
But I was
Lesbian.
swimming in the girl pond then as well. I
Yeah.
was. My child's father was actually upset because I cheated on him with a girl. I liked girls. I like girls. I love women. I do. Because
So was he
ass and
mad?
titties.
Was he mad baby? Was this discovered pre?
Yeah, this was way before my child.
Oh, so
Like,
he
way
shot your
before
club
we
up out of malice.
disconnected and came back. Like,
He shot your club up out of malice.
I wouldn't say all of that, but you know,
It was foul,
that
man.
seemed like that's a fun time. Like, even so, like, you know, you can have your cake and eat it too over here. You know, like, I like girls, so like, can we just bring her home tonight? You know, but no, that's okay. Now I got her at home every day. So,
Okay. So the girl that you cheated on him with, that's the one you married?
no, that's actually my child's godmother.
She's a savage. Okay. Miss Jackson
Oh, only if
is
you
the
know.
savage of all savages.
Okay, listen, we're gonna have to talk about the stories with her another time, but we had some fun times. We did.
So are you guys just up for trying to preach? Are we still preaching abstinence? Very, very tough
I mean,
for children.
that's hard because they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we were doing it. So if you're going to do it, I think the key thing is to
Do it right.
to be safe and to be educated. But I mean, abstinence is the only way, you know, so.
Abstinence from vaginal. I'm sorry. Vaginal.
Vaginal.
I was like, whoa.
Vagina.
Yeah. My eyes crossed in mid-sentence. Vaginal, anal, or oral intercourse is the only 100% effective way to prevent HIV, other STDs, and pregnancy. The correct and consistent use of male latex condoms can reduce the risk of STD transmissions, including HIV infection. However, no protective method is 100% effective, and condom use cannot guarantee absolute protection against any STD or pregnancy. So, don't do it. As long as you can. Hold off as long as you can. And if you decide to, protect yourself.
Wrap it up.
Go in there with some extra pads. You don't see the football players in the NFL just
And don't
going out on
double
the
strap.
field.
Look, just let's put that out there. Don't double strap because
Why?
then it's added friction. And then it's going to break because
Yeah,
you have
it's
the rubber
tight.
rubbing on the rubber. It's added friction. You're going to have that fire crotch situation probably going on. But that latex rubbing against each other, that friction is going to make it pop. And then you're going to have them issues that you were trying to avoid all along. You only need one. Just make sure it's the right one. So stay posted for the group. I'm really curious to see what it takes to break a condom. So I think we're going to do a little video on that.
A video?
We not fucking. We just gonna use we just gonna do random objects
Are you
and see
gonna-
just how much force it takes to bust this rubber. Seem like it'll be fun.
Science.
Yay, science class!
Science class. Well, this has been fun.
Hey, so question though, you guys, what's up with this book club? Are we still gonna cover the 5 love languages?
I don't think people trying to be committed in these relationships these days.
I want commitment.
Y'all
You
hoes
speak
ain't
for
loyal?
yourself. I'm super loyal.
Okay, so we're going to put it out there.
Super duper loyal.
We're going to put it out there. We're reading The 5 Love Languages. Really good book for relationships in general, not just with your partner or your mate, but just learning how to love people in general, whether it be your family member, your child, whomever. So I guess we got to bust out like the first 2 chapters if we're going to catch up. So
Okay.
we got a few episodes, and then we're going to have a specialist come in and help us dissect the book as well.
And next week we've got who coming in? Let's give them a pregame jump.
Well, we have a specialist coming in. I want to make sure she
talk about the
confirms.
birds
We're
and the
talking
bees?
about the birds and the bees. So basically, how to have this conversation with your children pre or post high school about, the nasty. And being safe.
About doing the
And
nasty.
no means no and all of that fun stuff so that our children are safe and educated. So we hope y'all tune in. Check us out in the group. You can find us on Instagram, pillow_talk_podcast. We are everywhere. You can listen to us everywhere. Check us out on Beat Network online to find all of your favorite podcasts. Holla at us in the group. We love to talk to you. Miss Jade, where can they find you, love?
On Instagram at arianajade.w, and you can find all my social media posted on my Insta.
Whoop, there it is. Hem downstairs.
Savine Greatness on Snapchat, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. That's where you can find me. And you can also find me on Chop's Corner Radio Show every Friday, 11 a.m. to noon Pacific Standard Time. Thank you.
And myself personally at Mrs. Jackson, JAKCSON on Instagram and Twitter. Holla.